ladies and gentlemen, Garry Moore.
Thank you very much, Bill Wendell. Hi, everybody. Our first guest on this show lays claim to being the widest read columnist in the history of American journalism. And I think quite possibly he's right. The panel will probably find out in just a minute, right here on To Tell the Truth.
Bill Cullen. Peggy Cass. Orson Bean. And Carlisle.
Panel, I got something to show you here that said, it's funny all around, if you like old things. This is an issue of the New York Daily News, and it bears the date May 3rd, 1921. You can see royal gems stolen here. And then you look on the back here and it says, "Is Babe's throne tottering?"
21.
And these are pictures of people who were possibly threatened. Down here is a comic strip of Andy Gump.
Wow.
And if you look on the inside of it, then one of the main features of the paper is the inquiring reporter.
I love that.
Oh. Here's the one, yeah, the inquiring reporter. And the print is much too small for you to read on the camera, so I'll read the question of that day. The question was, is France justified in seizing the Ruhr? So that dates it for us. Well, the man who asked that question, and has been asking questions for more than 50 years now, is with us today, and let us meet him immediately.
Number 1, what is your name, please?
My name is Jimmy Gemayel.
Number 2.
My name is Jimmy Gemayel.
Number 3.
My name is Jimmy Gemayel.
That's what they all say, only one of them's telling the truth. Let's listen to the journalistic jargon of Jimmy Gemayel. He says, "I, Jimmy Gemayel, spent 52 years as the inquiring photographer for the New York Daily News. Over the years, I was out in the streets of New York, pad, pencil, and camera in hand, to ask passers-by their opinions and to immortalize them in print. Since the day when I asked my first question, I have stopped to talk to, and I have snapped the pictures of, 500,000 people. I just stumbled into this job. The Daily News had hired me as the Sunday watchman. But on my first day at work, there was a sudden need for an inquiring reporter, and before I knew it, the job was mine. Since the Daily News has the largest circulation of any newspaper in the world, and my column is amongst the most popular features, it is estimated that my inquiring photographer column has been read by approximately 76 billion people. Signed, Jimmy Gemayel." And it'll be fun for our panel to inquire of the inquiring photographer in just a moment, after a couple of commercials. Okay, now the situation is as follows. We have as our guests 3 gentlemen, all saying that they are Jimmy Gemayel, longtime inquiring photographer for the New York Daily News. And the first inquisitor will be Mr. William Cullen.
And a good job of work, Jimmy, you have done too, whichever one you are. Number 1, that issue of the news that Garry showed us in 1921, was that the year you began the inquiring photographer?
That's the year.
And staying with you, number 1, when are you still active doing it? I mean,
No, I retired at the beginning of the year.
but they still do have the inquiring photographer.
Oh, yes, they have.
But it's not Jimmy Gemayel anymore.
No, it's not Jimmy Gemayel.
I automatically associate the two. Number 2, have you been with the news all the time? Did you start with the Daily News, or did you start with
I
Night?
started as a watchman.
As a watchman
That's right.
at the Daily News,
That's right.
and then up to reporter?
Then I gradually got to inquiry reporter.
And were you, I remember Gary's reading the statements you made. Were you assigned that, or was it your idea for the inquiring photographer?
No, I was assigned to that.
Number 3, I know you probably don't remember this, and I don't expect you to, but to your knowledge, have I ever been in there as one of the people who happened to be asked a question and had an answer to it?
Not that I can recollect.
I'm not surprised, because my answer probably wasn't very memorable anyway.
It takes us to Peggy Cass, please.
Jack Turcotte always promised me I'd get in the inquiring photographer, and I never did. It was my ambition. Now, number 3, who is Gerald Nachman?
I don't know.
That's okay. Number one, what kind of a camera do you use?
What I use now or when I started?
I mean, oh, you changed cameras over
Yeah,
the years.
sure. In 22 years, I changed the camera. I
But
had
when
to.
you first went out, did you have one of those big
I had
cameras?
the big one was the second one. I
Oh.
had somebody take the pictures. The first time I had the Graflex where you look down into it and take the picture. That I had around my neck. But the second one was that big graphic,
A
5 by
with the
5 by
tripod?
7.
With a tripod?
No. You
Now-
just held it in front of it with the glass plate.
Mr. Gemayel, number two, when you were, would you station yourself like at 34th and 6th Avenue for the whole day, or would you just walk around willy-nilly?
Just walk around willy-nilly.
All right, now, number two, again, when you ask the people questions like, what is the worst thing going on in this country today, do they give you big, long answers, and then you'd edit it down into a few
Some
sentences?
do and some don't.
Thank you, Peg. Let's go to Orson.
Yeah, I'll never forget a question and answer thing once I saw in the paper where someone wrote in and said, did the invasion of Hannibal cause the downfall of the Babylonian Empire? And the fellow said, it's beginning to look that way. Number three, have times changed? I mean, in the beginning, if you went up to someone and wanted to take their picture, they'd be happy. But lately, did they think maybe you were a weirdo and go running away?
No, the times never change. People are always the same.
Yeah, are they? Well, number one, did you find any difference in the attitudes? Anyone?
I found difference.
Yeah, how? What?
I asked one fella, do you love your mother-in-law?
Yeah.
He said, you can drop dead with my mother-in-law.
Number two, what's some of the strange answers you ever got? Anything weird like that?
Well, nothing weird, no.
Yeah? Number two, what does vox pop mean to you?
I wouldn't know.
Number three, does that mean anything to you?
Yes,
vox
to
pop?
voice the people.
Yeah, and where is that used in connection with the page you appear on?
Well, that's on the same page.
Yeah, all right. Number one, what's the strangest answer you ever got, or that you could print?
The strangest answer that I can print?
Yeah, anything weird, memorable?
Well, the strangest answer that I got from somebody, would you like to go out with me?
Ah, that's right. Did you go, number one? You can tell us. No, you wouldn't.
All right, Giddy Carlisle.
Number three, did the paper give you the questions to ask, or did you dream them up yourself?
At the beginning, it was a combination of both.
And number two, do you find that the questions that you asked toward the end changed a lot from the ones that you asked in the beginning?
They had.
In what way?
Well, some people say to me, what do you think of these days? How you feel about them? And I'd say, well, I don't know. It's hard to stop some of these people and ask them questions because today, you know, the conditions.
I see. Number one, did you ever get any turn downs? People
Oh,
who said,
quite a few.
Don't bother me.
Oh, they said, I'm too busy. I said, just a second, let me ask you. Too busy, can't be bothered.
Thank you. Number three, how did you pick your candidates?
By intuition, usually, and I look at it depends upon the question. Question that requires a good deal of knowledge, I look very closely for a person's intellect in his face.
I see.
No wonder I know.
And there goes that little bell, and that cuts off any questions we had in mind. Now it's voting time. You and I'll vote mentally for number one, or for number two, or for number three. Each team of challengers $50 for each wrong vote. Pay them $500 if we stump the panel. And Bill Cullen starts, please.
Again, I say it was a fun column, and I enjoyed it, and we'll continue to. Number three, I mean, the way you talked about depending on the question as far as the way the person looks. I voted for number three for that reason.
We got a 3 going there, and disappointed Peggy.
No, I was going to vote for 3, but you know, with all that gray, he looks as though he should be with Bankers Trust. Now look at number 1, all that purple. He belongs with the Daily News.
All right, you say you got a 1 and a 3. It's on both ends. Orson, how you going?
Yeah, well, number three knew about Vox Pop, which is the head of their letters to the editor. That's the title of it. But I still voted for number 1. It could be either of them.
All righty, and so one's got 2. And what's Kitty going to do?
I voted for number 3 because he looks as though he's been outdoors most of his life.
Well, you got him split on both ends, and let's find out. The votes are in. Here's a guy we've all read for years and years. Now you're going to see him in person. Well, the real Jimmy Gemayel. Please stand up. There. Couldn't speak to you before, Jimmy, because I didn't want to give anything away. Nice to see you again, my friend.
Good to see you again.
Number 1, tell us about yourself. What is your real name? What do you do?
My name is Harrison C. Wrestler. I'm a wholesale trimming salesman for New York Trim and Fashion at 370 West 35th. And I also was a foil as the Bagel King.
No advertising.
One time before, he was on the show as an imposter. Panel with memories like a steel trap. Number 2, you're charming. What is
My
your
name is Freddie Weber.
piano player?
Made the first Vitaphone with Al Jolson and Georgie Jessel, piano player.
Sure, Freddie Weber. Jimmy Gemayel, are you enjoying your retirement now, or is it painful?
It's painful, I have to admit. After a life of great activity, all-around football player, played in the first Rose Bowl game, played football, basketball around for 4 years, interviewed 500,000 people, busy every day, now sitting around doing nothing, trying to be interested.
Just walk around with your camera and still ask questions. They won't know. Well, thank you, Jimmy, and thank you, gentlemen, very much for being with us on To Tell the Truth. Now let's meet our physician psychiatrist.
Number 1, what is your name, please?
My name is Dr. Roderick Gorney.
Number 2.
My name is Dr. Roderick Gorney.
Number 3.
My name is Dr. Roderick Gorney.
And here's Dr. Roderick Gorney's provocative message. He says, I, Roderick Gorney, am a physician, psychiatrist, and psychoanalyst. In my book titled The Human Agenda, I discuss humanity's future, making it clear that human beings must learn to live with reality or perish. They must have human values. I point out, for example, that the craze to have blonde hair can be a retreat from reality. In my in-depth study of man's quest for the blonde image, I have found that sometimes there is little truth to the idea that blondes have more fun. In fact, Marilyn Monroe built her movie image on blondness, only to find that while fulfilling the fantasies of everyone, she was not able to fulfill her own reality needs. To sum it up, when a woman turns herself into a blonde, for many people she symbolizes a childish femininity and is likely to find she is expected not to have more fun, but to be more fun. Signed, Dr. Roderick Gorney. And let's start the questioning with the gentleman up now. Well, let's start with Peggy. Peggy Cass. I think this should be right down your alley.
Thank you. You say that a girl must live with reality or perish. But I'd perish, number 3, if I lived with reality, because how would you go for Whistler's Mother White instead of blonde? I mean, some people are blonde because they're prematurely gray. I mean, have you thought of that? Not a lot.
Not in exactly those terms, but there's a difference between reality and what people think reality is, and that was what I was talking about.
Well, I understand, but don't you understand that you would also, not only would you make a lot of girls cry at night if they had to stab paper bag brown hair instead of blondie, they're only trying to make themselves better looking.
Well, one of the ways to be better looking, and it's one of the general points of the book, is to find out what you really are instead of trying to be something that you're not.
Well, you don't have to worry about me because I've been through psychoanalysis. Now, number 1. Do you realize the damage you do to the national economy? I mean, you know, there's an awful lot of peroxide in that stuff sold, and you know, if they didn't sell it anymore, what would the people do for a job? I mean, have pity. Say something.
I think what his expression is saying, ask something.
Well, make that into a question.
Let's go on to Orson.
Besides, my hair's red. Are you all colorblind?
No, I didn't accuse you of anything, Peggy. I think you're cute.
Oh, all right.
I like your legs, too.
Okay.
Okay? Guess that gets me off. All right, Orson.
Number 2, you're a real psychiatrist?
Yes, I am.
Tell me about Peggy Cass. Just off the top of your head, what could you tell me about this sweet thing
I
over there?
don't think that this is the right place to do such a thing.
Oh, you're looking for money, I see, all right.
Actually, we use a sliding scale for that.
Number 3, I assume that your book, The Human Agenda and Mankind's Need to Live with Reality, is only peripherally involved with blonde hair. That's one small thing in the book, isn't it?
That is true.
What do you say, what are some of the other things you say that mankind must get into reality with?
Well, that basically the society in which we live is a constantly changing society. And if we learn to live with things that will not change, then by the time we learn to live with them, they'll be different. So it's adaptation, really.
I see.
And Kitty Carlisle, what do you want to know?
Well, number 2, do you believe that the American culture is based on childish fantasies?
Not only the American culture, but to a great extent the culture of the world over. There are childish fantasies, and there are fantasies of all types that are involved with the search for youth, the search for more desirability, rather than the actual reality.
Thank you. Number 1, what do you say in your book that we have to buckle down and be real about if values are constantly changing, as number 3 said?
Well, whatever the reality happens to be at the moment, we have to learn to face it.
Well, number 3, what, for instance? Give us a for instance out of the book.
Well, for instance, if you learn to live in an elevated building and the society changes so that all elevators are no longer in buildings and you're equipped only for elevated buildings, you can't live anywhere. You have to learn to adapt to the kind of building change that's made.
But number 2, supposing the pollution doesn't go out of the air, how can you adapt to live with that? We'll all be dead.
Well, you would have to adapt in a situation of that nature, either to change the culture or change what creates the pollution, or to create a system of society living underground or living in shelters to get away from it.
Thank you. Now you've come to a very important point.
Now we're going down to Bill Cullen.
Number 1, you mentioned that women are retreating from reality when they make themselves blondes and they're not. Are there any other things that women do when they retreat from reality as far as their appearance is concerned?
Oh, yes, there are other things. There are all kinds of obscurings of reality, such as makeup.
Uh-huh.
Oh, come on.
You say that's a retreat from reality?
Yes, certainly.
Number 3, are there any things that men do about their appearance to retreat from reality?
Yes, indeed. They forget their chronological age and try to appear younger.
Number 2, would you say, just so happens this way, would you say when a man affects a beard or something like that? No, I didn't mean it that way. But actually, a beard is not a necessary thing, but a man does grow it because he wants to. For instance, why do you, number 2, have a beard?
I've worn a beard since I've been 16 years old. I felt at that time that it did age me. I was in a type of work.
Do you still want to be aged, number 2?
Aged? Sometimes. I enjoy the beard.
Now that you are older than 16, what do you enjoy about the beard, number 2? I'm always curious.
I enjoy the reaction it gets from my women.
You women?
You women?
Well,
Plural.
definitely.
Oh, you're really retreating from reality there, number 2, I'll tell you.
He is speaking in the collective.
Oh.
And it is time now for us to vote, for us to mark our ballots. And who do you think? Is it number 1? Or is it number 2? Or is it number 3? Peggy hasn't yet, but yes, you have made up your mind.
I certainly have right off the bat.
Oh, really? You got him nailed,
Yes.
huh?
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think?
Well, you see, number 1 and 2 have adapted to change, in my opinion. But number 3, I mean, too much. The beard is just as bad as makeup. Besides, people should straighten their teeth and try to look nice and wear false eyelashes if it makes them feel good. But now number 3 would never do any of those things. See that shirt and tie?
Correct. You've got a 3, and we're going to Orson, please.
Number 1 has that enigmatic look of the psychiatrist who sits there for the whole 50 minutes and says nothing. And week after week go by, and the patient waits, and the doctor says nothing, and the patient says nothing. And finally, the patient turns around and says, "Doc," and the doctor says, "Yes." And the patient says, "Do you need a partner?"
I love the position of your ballot there, too. A supine one on the couch. And Kitty?
Well, number 2 either has a large family of ladies, referring to his women, or he's no doctor, because doctors don't refer to their women. I think it's number 3, but I voted for number 1, Mr. Enigmatic.
So, that's the way it is. You got the pair of 1s and 1, 3, and what's Bill Cullen going to do?
See, I don't think the fellow who wrote this book would have written it if he wore a beard. And if he had written it, I think he would do without the beard. But anyway, I voted for number 3 because he sits there looking like there's going to be a $60 bill coming any minute.
Well, there we go. The votes are in, and will the real Dr. Roderick Gorney please stand up, sir? Hey! Number 2, I guess we outguessed ourselves. We figured the beard would be a help. It turned out to be a downfall. What is your real name? What do you do?
I'm Stan Berkovich. I'm chairman of New York Mensa.
New York Mensa. Can't do much better than that. Number 3, sir.
My name is Bob Kolodzen, and I'm a communications consultant.
Now, I'd like to emphasize that this is indeed a truly important book, and we could only choose one tiny thing out of it for the game. What is the book about, Dr. Gorney? Can you tell us briefly? Is that possible?
The book is really about how our human species got into the predicament it faces today and how we can get out of it.
Dr. Gorney, thank you very much, and thank you, gentlemen, for being with us on the television. The subtitle of this book, The Human Agenda, is The Evolution of Human Values and Man's Way to Survival, which intrigues me because there are 80 million books out today which pose questions, and very few of them have an answer. I don't think that's fair. This man claims to have an answer. I have to read it. Thanks very much for being with us. See you again.
This is Bill Wendell speaking for To Tell the Truth, a Mark Goodson, Bill Topman production.